Weak sauce, weak sauce, weak sauce. These weak ass fights. These weak ass fights. But what's up, y'all? What's up? We are here for episode 4 of Baddies MidWest. Like I said, I'm glad I waited till episode 5 to claim favorites, because one of my early, like, close to like favorites disappointed me. She lost some points with me. I ain't gonna say she's off. I'm completely off of her, but she lost hella points for me, and y'all know what I'm talking about, but we'll get to it. But if you're new here, please subscribe. Please turn your post notifications on. We're going live tomorrow. Myself, Movie Bay. I'm going to hit January Flowers up, see what she wants to do. But if not, it'll be the three of us. But we talk about this show live. If you're new here, you don't know that. But if you aren't new, you already know that. But make sure to thumbs up the video. Y'all killed it again last week. I think we had like over 500. Let's shoot for 500 likes again. Stay in the comments. Y'all killed the subscribers, so let's keep doing that. And yeah, enough of me talking. Let's get into this. Let's get on into it. All right, y'all. So we get back to Summer versus Jazmin. Both of these women cannot fight. It's a bunch of wild swinging going on. Security ends up breaking them up. To me, there was no winner in that because both of them can't fight. But Jazmin ends up saying that Summer looks like Young Dolph without a wig. That was funny. But Summer ends, and rest in peace. But Summer ends up saying that Jazmin sitting around looking like shit is sweet, but bring that shit on over here. I want you and them dumbass bitches that tried to jump me and tried to get me on the sprinter. Rightfully so. I don't blame Summer. I would have won it with every last one of them bitches that tried her on that sprinter. But Yoshi ends up coming up with her little skinny ass with that weak ass post up she was doing. I knew it. You can tell by the way somebody squares up if they know how to fight or not. Like literally, if you know how to fight, and if y'all was watching the fight Friday, the fight of the night was Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. But y'all already know. But yeah, like I said, you can tell by the way somebody squares up if they know how to fight. Yoshi can't fight. But they start going, and Summer ends up swinging her ass, picked up like a bag of laundry. Threw her, them feet was flying in the air. When Summer got her on her back, Summer was boom, boom. She missed a couple, but she got more hits in than she missed. And she was getting Yoshi. So guess what? That's what you get. That's what you get. You too busy trying to swing on people on the bus. You got caught. You got caught when it came fair. But they get broke up, and Yoshi's sitting there talking about how Summer is weak as hell. You're weak. You're weak in every way you can describe that word. But Yoshi ends up saying that Summer's fighting everybody, and Yoshi ends up saying that she's too small to be fighting. Then why are you fighting? Why are you hitting her, first of all? You wouldn't be fighting if you would have sat on that bus and minded your business. You decided to do that, so then Summer rightfully called you out for that one-on-one, and you got beat. But if you didn't get beat, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be saying that she was too small in. But Ivori ends up talking about how Lex is bleeding. Lex again says it's the nose ring. Ivori says, I know, but come on. Ivori admits in her confessionals that Lex can hold her own. And I'm like, that's why you went the second round, because you didn't get to do what you wanted to do with her. Like, you thought you was going to be able to do her in, and then you got caught, and you were shocked in the middle of that fight. And she even said herself, like, Lex hits hard, and regardless the fact that she hits hard or not, she feels like she won that fight. No. At most, it was a tie. But Lex was giving you that work that you didn't expect you would get. You did not expect to get the work that you was getting from Lex. That's why you won another round. But Jazmin, Emma, and Yoshi, they over there pep talking each other. These three, Jazmin's not as bad, but Emma and Yoshi, I could care less about these two. But we get to the OG sprinter. They're talking about how nobody on the OG bus is gonna let anybody get beat up. Basically on some OGs versus newbie shit. And they pull up and notice that the new girls are all looking like they done been fighting, which they have. Natalie gets off the sprinter first, looking confused, talking about what's been going on. And she pretty much like, so who's been fighting? I see a lot of people with no wigs. Who's been fighting? Summer says, bitch, me. I've been whooping ass. I've been whooping hoes' asses. I'm sitting here thinking about it. Whose ass? Everybody else she's fought, heads up right now. She didn't win with Jazmin, but she didn't lose. But she definitely got Yoshi. So at that moment, she was. But Natalie ends up talking about how the OGs are all dressed up. The newbies are not. Jazmin and Summer, they start going back and forth again. Ivori done took her wig off at this point because she still had that wig on when she fought Lex. She done took her wig off, and now she calls out Jela. Jela says, okay, hold my bag. She starts taking her shit off, taking the chain off, going over there. Jela, like I always say, Jela ain't scared of nobody. As much as y'all that hate her y'all want to believe that so bad. Y'all them type of people that like to say something a million times until you hope to believe it or hope that other people believe it because you say it so many times. It's not true. She proves every single time she's not scared of nobody. We'll get to it later on though. But Jela takes it off, gets her chain off. She ready. But Ivori then takes her attention from Jela back to Lex, talking about, bitch, you said you wanted to fight me. She never said that shit. And Lex said, bitch, I ain't say that shit. You was the one that started with me. And it's the truth. Like, that is what it is. But Lex says, I don't start fights, I finish them. We'll get to it later. Put a pin in it. But Ivori walks up on her and they start fighting again. They literally were doing the same thing that they did the first round. They both kind of like headlocked each other up and both was just swinging. Both of them was swinging hard. Both of them was swinging fast. And both of them looked to have been connected. It was a tie. Lex loses balance and falls. But like I said, all within itself, security broke it up. It was a tie. That was a tie. Both of them probably connected the same amount of hits. That was it. That was literally it. But Ivori's obviously pumped up because Lex is on the ground. Lex said, bitch, you ain't dropped shit, because she didn't. Like, you did not. But they start trying to get at each other yet again, but security's breaking it up. Tink ends up saying these new girls look like they done got off. Tinkabellaaa, let me talk about her real quick. I feel like I'm going to really like her this season. I don't think I disliked her last season. She did a lot of stuff that was, I feel like she was doing too much sometimes. I don't like the bleaching shit. But for the most part, I don't think I disliked her last season. But this season so far, I think I'm really starting to like her. I really feel like she's going to be one of my favorites this season, especially off this episode alone. But we'll see. I'm saying that now, but we'll see. But she said all the new girls look like they are from You Got Served because of the way that they look. But Jela ends up saying, she called me out, so come on. Talking about Ivori. Jela is ready for Ivori at this point. She already up there in the field waiting on Ivori to come on. So they square up. And Ivori starts swinging. Nothing's connecting. Jela is doing the blocking shit. Security breaks it up. That was the first round. Nothing happened. Jela was swinging with the right. Ivori was swinging with her right. But Jela was blocking her right. So nothing was really happening. So they go again. Swinging the same way they were. Nothing was connecting. Security then comes in and starts trying to break it up and gets Jela's arms. Ivori connected maybe two on Jela, but it was because security was on Jela. Weak ass fight. This fight was the one that we all was really anticipating, especially because of that one dude that's on TikTok that was like best friends with Tasiki and Ahna at one point, which Tasiki and Ahna, y'all, I hope y'all learned y'all's lesson with him. You can never be fans of the show because they only want clout, and whenever they get information about you, they start to tell it like he did. But he was online during the filming of the season talking about some Ivori tore Jela. Was the tour in the room with us? Was the tour out there in the field? Because neither one of them tore each other. Both of them did nothing to each other. Like, that was weak. That was a weak fight. So, again, stupid. But they then shake it off, too. That's the thing. It was weak, but they talking about... Natalie started talking about something. Well, y'all, I think it was Natalie or Scotty. Y'all talked it out. Y'all got it all out. Y'all good. They dapped it up and was like, okay, it is what it is. We fought. Okay, cool. Bye. Jela said, I don't have an issue with her, but I'm not ducking no smoke. She don't ever duck smoke. But Dolly, she then steps up to call out Ahna. I'm like, did y'all not squash that shit at the thing? Like, what is the purpose in this? And she said, I'm calling her out because she was laughing while she was talking whenever they was having that little back and forth. Like, what? Why didn't you address it then? Why didn't you address it then? You now want to have your fight because everybody else is fighting. All these new girls look so stupid this episode. Every last one of them looks stupid. But she starts calling her out. Ahna said I wasn't even laughing. And honestly, if you want to call her laughing, I literally felt like it was a nervous laugh. You can tell Ahna didn't want it with Dolly whenever they was having a little back and forth. So if anything, it was a nervous laugh. But Dolly, if you saw her laughing then, why you didn't do nothing about it then? But Dolly ends up asking if she wants smoke. Clearly, she didn't want no smoke because she didn't want it with you then. Like, what are you asking? Like, what are you trying to do? You just trying to fight just to fight. But Dolly is in her confessional saying, everybody's so scared. She's so scared. She got all this mouth, but she don't want to fight. It's obvious she don't want to fight. You are the one that wants to fight. Like, but Summer starts calling out Jazmin again. And Jazmin said, you done got fucked up. Talk that shit that you was talking. Talk that shit to Biggie and Jela. Like you was doing. I said, wait, for what? Biggie is sitting there asking for what? And Diamond starts stepping in. No, she starts stepping up with her mouth guard in. And she ready for Pretty P. Pretty. That's what she calls herself, but it's subjective. But Akbar starts talking about how Biggie is scared to fight when called out. That is true. Summer is talking about how why Biggie was smelling her wig at the auditions. Whenever she was fighting and stuff, Biggie got the wig and was smelling the wig and stuff. She said, I want to know why you was smelling that wig, because you was sniffing it so bad. Like, do you really want to eat what's down here? But Tink said at this point, it don't matter because you here. Like, you wondering why she's sniffing the wig. Is that really necessary at this point? Because you here. Like, it didn't stop you from getting here. But Biggie ends up talking about her getting in the field with Summer makes no sense because she looked like she done got her head knocked off. No, she didn't. But even if she got in there with you, you wouldn't have knocked her head off. She'd have been knocking yours off. Summer can't fight, but I would give her my money before I would give it to you. And you just don't want to get in the field because you scared you're going to get your ass beat. That's just what it is. But Natalie ends up asking Pretty P if she got something that she want to address. And she claims that she did. She already addressed hers. Lex said, no, you didn't. Pretty P said, so you want to fight? Obviously, punk. She does want to fight. Well, I don't want to call her a punk. She does. She get in the field. She can't fight, but she get in the field. But obviously. But Natalie says, whoever got a problem, handle that shit now, because when we get in here, we're not doing this. So Natalie asks, is there a problem? Lex says, yes. So Lex and Paula square up. Paula swinging all wild and shit. Lex was connecting, and you can hear her hits connecting to her. Like, you can hear them. Lex got that one. Security broke that up. Pretty P then comes over to get Diamond now. I'm like, for what? She says that she wants to fight Diamond because she don't like the way that she looked at her yesterday. I said, how old are we? Like, we're fighting because you don't like the way she looked at her. But this was so funny. Diamond says, look at you, bitch. Like, Diamond says, because she starts standing up, like she starts stepping up to her. And she says, I looked at you crazy because, bitch, you look crazy. I said, exactly. She's like, look at you, bitch. But Diamond puts her mouth guard in, and Tink is over there taking her rings off. Because we all know Tinkabellaaa and Diamond are like this now. They got their own song together. They the duo, which I'm actually going to like them too as a duo. I feel like I am. But Tinkabellaaa gets in her confessionals. She had me hollering with this one. Tinkabellaaa says, you saying that Diamond was looking at you crazy, but you know she got a crooked eye. Because she is cockeyed as a motherfucker. But she said she probably wasn't even looking at you. She said, you know, her eye just wandered. That shit cracked me up, yo. But she said Diamond done been through enough. She ain't got no tooth. Her lip is still fucked up. So Tink jumps into... This is the one point where I'm okay with this. Tink jumps in the fight for Diamond, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this because her reasoning for doing that is true. Like, you can tell Pretty P just wants to fight Diamond because she probably saw last season. She probably saw how Tasiki did her, and she sees how she looks now. She still ain't really recovered. That's an easy win for her. So Tink gets in the field for her, and Pretty P sitting there pump faking. They squaring up, and she... What is that? What is that? I'm like, get in there. But they started swinging, and Tink started backing her up. And Tink was actually throwing punches and connecting. I was so proud. The only thing I did not like was that head was down. But regardless, Tink was backing her shit up and was knocking her. And got her all the way to the sprinter. Security's trying to break it up and everything. Tink said y'all knew, pretty much talking about the new girls, y'all wanted so bad, trying to pick on people so bad. That's literally what it is at this point. Granted, I've been waiting for certain people to get called out. But the reasons as to why they're calling them out, I would never stand for that shit. Like, I cannot like somebody, but to call somebody out for no reason, just because, you get no points for me with that. Like, Pretty P got no points for me with this. A couple people gonna get no points for me in a minute. But she said it's weird. Like, y'all just trying to start beef with bitches, and you trying to start beef with a bitch whose lip is still messed up. She starts twerking and starts dropping in the splits. Her and Diamond are singing their song together. That part was hilarious. But Akbar says Tink was hitting her so hard, but Pretty P stood her ground. I said, I guess if she got in the field with her, but she can't fight. Like, she can't fight. But Pretty P wants some more. She goes back up for Tink again, and Tink had her wig back on because her wig was off. But she had it back on to the point where it looked like she had not even gotten into a fight. It looked like it was freshly installed. But she got back out there with her, and they started squaring up again, like circling around. Tink took her wig off and was like playing and taunting her. I was cracking up laughing. Tasiki and Ahna in the background was laughing. They were me. But Diamond comes from behind and gets Pretty P. Tink was getting her too, but she got Pretty P from behind. Normally, I would hate this. Normally, I would hate it. But I think back to how Pretty P decided to catch Lex off guard on that bus. This was called what? Instant karma. That is called instant karma. I normally don't stand for that jumping shit. But you caught her off guard. Diamond caught you off guard. It's an eye for an eye. I don't give a fuck. But Diamond, Tasiki ends up. Wait, hold on. I'm skipping. Diamond or Pretty P. At this point, she still wants some more, but she looks a mess. She runs up. Tink starts locking her up and getting them uppercuts in. She was getting them in clean too. Kicked the shit out of her when security was holding her arms back. That's the only, I always say, when it comes to fighting, don't leave with no kicking. The only time I feel like you should kick is when your hands are being held. That's what was happening. Tinkabellaaa kicked and kicked her clean in her back. But Tasiki ends up saying Diamond should have stayed to the side and let Tink handle it because you're contradicting yourself now, because the whole purpose for Tink fighting for Diamond is because Diamond is still injured. I said, Tasiki, y'all know I love Tasiki. But the audacity of you to say this when you wasn't saying none of this shit last season when Ahna was injured but was jumping in other people's fights, hitting people. So you contradicting yourself. Like, come on. You can't just say one thing for one person and not do it for the other. But Scotty ends up asking if everybody's good, and Ivori's now trying to fight Summer. So Ivori walks up on Summer, swinging all wild and shit. I'm like, this is the girl that y'all swore up and down was going to come in here and was start. Y'all said this one right here was going to be the one to give Tasiki a run for her money. This bitch can't fight. She just got heavy hands, and she swings fast. She can't fight. I don't care what y'all say. She's big. She knows how to use her weight. She knows how to swing hard. But the way she was swinging on Summer lost her balance and exposed that she just be swinging just to swing. There's no real accuracy. There's no real technique. There's no real form. Because Summer fell, and you see Ivori's left just swinging all wild over her. If you really know how to fight, why are you swinging like this? You need to be throwing punches and then coming back and connecting and looking. Real fighters don't fight like that. That's y'all girl. But she was wearing Summer out. I'm not going to lie to you. She was. Summer falls to the ground. Natalie ends up saying, so we don't have no more beef. We're good. Emma's whack ass. No, I was excited watching the trailer. Like, finally, somebody getting Scotty. This fool looked like a fool. Emma gets her Lord Farquaad looking ass up there talking about, Scotty, you're boring and I feel like I'm here to take your place. I said, while she's boring, you're just trying to get a fight. Like, everybody else is trying to get fights. Essentially, at this point, everybody has fought except for Dolly, even though she was trying to get a fight. You're now trying to get a fight, too. Like, it's like I would respect the new girls coming in to get the OGs, but the reasons as to why they're doing it, you don't get no points for this. But Scotty starts walking up saying, bitch, what? Like, that's what you want to fight me for? Emma says, every season you don't do shit. You trying to fight or what? Tasiki said that pissed her off because what? I'm like, exactly. But Scotty said, so you want to fight me because I'm boring. You gonna look stupid as fuck. And she do look stupid. Emma says, yes, bitch, I am trying to fight you. Scotty said, you're real pretty. Emma said, you pretty too, but you boring. Okay. And Rolly said, like, you really trying to fight a bitch because she's boring? Like, that's stupid. It is stupid. Everybody was looking at her like she was a fool. But Scotty said, you must be a fan because you don't even know me to be calling me boring. Granted, we watch you on TV. You are boring, but Scotty was not lying because that is fan behavior. If you come up to a woman that you don't even know and you want to fight her because she's boring, and you ain't ever been around me like that, the only way you know or think that I'm boring is because you watch me on TV. So you're a fan. She's not lying. Scotty was eating her up. But they start fighting. Security is in between them at this point. They don't fight yet. But Emma's talking about you not running up. I said, bitch, you're the one with the problem. I hate when people who have the issue talking about you're not running up. Me, if I'm wanting to fight somebody, I'm running up. I'm never going to give you the chance to get me first. And even if I'm not the aggressor in the situation, if I know somebody wants to fight me, I'm going to hit you before you hit me. But if you're the one with the issue, you need to be the one running up. So why are you not running up, Emma? But Scotty said, come on in. So they square up. Scotty starts kicking. Emma swings. They both start swinging. Both of them can't fight. Security breaks it up. Scotty somehow gets Emma's wig and starts ripping the shit. I'm not mad at it because, like, you trying to play with me, I'm going to play with you. So they start going back and forth again. Security's in between them. Emma's trying to swing over security. Emma's sitting there talking about how Scotty ain't do shit. You ain't do shit either, so what? But she's in her confessionals looking like Lord Farquaad. She then tries swinging again behind security. They go at it again. Security breaks it up. Natalie claims that she's shocked that Scotty is active. But I'm like, I don't know why you're shocked, because apart from that one fight where you was hitting her on, I think it was Baddies West, Scotty has never not fought back when somebody hits her. Like, the fights that she's had, she's fighting back. She's not just gonna stand there and let somebody hit her. She's not Biggie. Like, I don't understand what she's so shocked about, because Scotty actually will. She can't fight, but if somebody brings it to her and hits her, she's not gonna stand there and let them just hit her. But Lex, this chick says, Jela, I feel like you were being a bully to Gretch. Why are we talking about this bitch? Like, y'all know I can't stand that little girl. But why are we talking about her? I feel like you were a bully to Gretch and Biggie. I said, this is where you lose me. This is where you lose me. Then she has the audacity, because she wasn't a bully to either one of them. Biggie threatened her, and she made her stand on it. And Gretchen is a white bitch that's out here saying nigga unapologetically, even when she told her respectfully, I don't want you saying that shit in my presence. And she told her, I don't give a fuck, which Jela rightfully swung on her ass and continued to do it, and told her, every time you say that shit around me, I'm going to bust you in your shit every time. As she fucking should. So what are you talking about? Well, she then proceeds to say that Jela don't fight nobody that wants to fight her. You just stood there and watched Ivori call her out and watched them fight. It was a weak fight, but you watched them fight. You watched that whole last season and watched Jela hit Biggie because Biggie said she was going to slap her. That sounds like I want to fight you. I'm going to put my hands on you. I want to slap you. She fought her. As Jela proceeds to say later on, Callie. And who else she fight? Gretchen. And then I'm pretty sure you've watched all the seasons of Baddies, and I'm pretty sure you watched Bad Girls Club. She's fought every person that wanted to fight her, but we'll get to it. But Jela says, I don't duck smoke. Anybody that ever called me out, I got out there with them. I don't duck smoke. She did. Like, literally gets out there with everybody. Jela said, bitch, what are you even talking about? Like, she said in her confession, like, what are you even talking about? Like, literally, what are you talking about? But Lex says, you don't fight nobody your size. What? What? Because Lex started going, and you could tell Lex was just saying things off the cuff to try and call out Jela and make Jela look stupid, but she was looking stupid. Because you don't fight nobody else size. She fights everybody, whatever size. She done fought Gretchen, who was smaller than her. She done fought Biggie, who was bigger than her. She done fought Rolly, who was bigger than her. She done fought Callie, who was bigger than her. Jela is not no, I'm not going to fight you because you're this. I'm not going to fight you because of that. If you want to fight me, I'm going to fight you. Big, small, fat, little, skinny, fat. Just like I would. But Jela says Rolly was bigger than me. And Rolly was behind her. And not was, because she is still. But Rolly said, damn. Rolly cracked me up. Because she started laughing too. Because Rolly knew it was true. Like, come on. But literally, like, what are you talking about, Lex? And she ends up proceeding to say, Callie was bigger than me too. I fight anybody. She does. Jela don't duck no smoke. But Lex then starts talking about Jela don't really want no smoke and was copping pleased with Ivori. And then shook on it after the fight, saying that they was grown women or whatever. I said, because she don't have an issue with her. Why would Jela want smoke with Ivori? Because she didn't have an issue with her. Ivori was the one that wanted to smoke with Jela, which is why she called her out. And when she called her out, Jela got out there with it because Jela's not ducking smoke like she just said. Like, Lex, you lost major points with me. Major points with me. We'll see if you get it back. But, like, no. But Jela said, I don't duck no smoke. I'm on whatever time you want. I'm not ducking no smoke. Lex said, neither am I. So they start squaring up at this point because Jayla's like, okay, if you don't want to duck no smoke and you can't let me out, let's do it. Security tries to like walk behind them, and one's behind Jayla, and she said, don't even hug me from behind. Don't do that shit. I agree, because you put me at a disadvantage. But Jela then says, I get it. Like, I'm Jela from BGC. I'm undefeated. You trying to get your one off on me. I'm the pretty girl. What Jela is saying is true. You can tell Lex came into this because we all know that she watched the show, as she said herself. She probably knows the fans were on this Jela hate train that y'all know they were, and y'all know from watching me how I can't stand it. So she thought coming into the show to fight Jela because the majority of the fans hate Jela. Oh, so now I'm going to be able to get in good with the fans because they don't like Jayla. So now I'm going to fight Jayla so that they can root for me because they don't like Jayla. You look stupid, Lex. We was liking you off of last week alone when you wasn't doing too much. Like, you don't have to do too much. You was doing too much. All you had to do was fight Ivori and fight Pretty P because you had every right to do that. When you start picking with Jayla over nothing, because here I was thinking, watching the last week, thinking that Jayla might have started with you because I'm like, it seemed like she's not going to come on here starting shit with people. And here you go starting shit with people. That's why I'm glad I made myself stick to this rule, wait until episode 5 before I call favorites. Because you was right there. You was right there. But Lex is trying to deny that she's not trying to get a moment. You did, because you started a moment with her. But they go back and forth. Jayla says this killer line, if you feeling pressure and you want some smoke, you just let me know. Lex just repeats it back to her because she looks stupid and she knows she looks stupid. And Lex says, so do you want smoke now? Jayla said, I'm on whatever time you on. Whatever you want to do. So they start going back and forth that leads to absolutely nothing. But Ahna starts clocking Natalie because Natalie's trying to do what she always do, trying to fake act like she don't want them to fight, knowing that she do. But they table that and they get on and go inside the house. So they get in the house to have a house meeting. And the OGs are sitting in there with the new guests, which is Akbar and Jaden, recapping everything that just happened. Scotty ends up letting us know that Emma follows her on Instagram. That is so embarrassing because she said it literally says follow back, aka I have not followed you, but you still following me. So it's giving fan, and it is. But Akbar calls out Biggie for letting Summer punk her. I'm like, finally, do it. Biggie claims she don't feel like she punked her. She did. Everybody in that room says she did. Like, she called you out. And Biggie said, I'm not in high school, pretty much saying, like, I'm not trying to fight nobody over no reason. The bitch was calling you out. Like, at the very least, you didn't have to fight, but you could have defended yourself, which is what we got to later on. But Biggie said she wasn't speaking directly to me. She said your fucking name. She said your name and she said Jayla's. Like, but she was really talking to you. Really talking to you. But Ahna said she did and you didn't say anything. Like, you didn't do anything. And Biggie was sitting there talking about how everybody in the house know that she ain't pussy. Who? Because everybody in that house knows you are, and everybody that's watching the show knows that you are. Because we watched J.O. sock you to the point where you almost fell, and you did nothing. And you talking about, I'm not going to do this because she's not going to get no clout off of me. Biggie, you don't have clout. Like, you really are not like that. But Biggie, not Biggie, Tinkabellaaa then says, every time somebody step to you, Ahna be with you. Like, at this point, you need to be with her at all times. Pretty much saying, like, how me and Tinkabellaaa are, or how me and Diamond are at this point. But Ahna pretty much said, nobody said you had to fight her, just defend yourself. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. But Rolly ends up saying, so you're not going to fight. So if you're not going to fight, stop talking. I said, exactly. She said, you can't have no opinion on nobody else's shit. You can't be talking shit. You can't be doing that. I said, exactly, Rolly. Exactly. Until you get in that field, you better not say a motherfucking thing. And like I said to y'all, I wasn't going to talk about her all season until she got in the field. But Rolly ends up saying, too, you know this is Baddies. Like, you're talking about you don't want to fight. Then what the fuck are you here for? And granted, we all say Baddies it shouldn't just be about fighting, but we know the show that we're watching. They know the show they're signing up for. These girls know, and you know, because you were sitting at the damn auditions egging these women on to fight, knowing that your ass ain't gonna fight. But then you want to get on the show talking about you not gonna fight when people call you out, and if they hit you, you ain't gonna do nothing. Get the fuck off the show. Like I said, she don't need to be here. But Akbar continues to say, stop letting them punk you. And Rolly says, you speak on a lot of shit but don't want to fight. Exactly. But Ahna says that she's mad at Biggie because Biggie lets people pop their shit and she don't do nothing about it. I would be mad too. I wouldn't be associating with somebody like that. You have to defend yourself because I'm not defending you if you don't want to defend yourself. But Rolly ends up calling her out again, saying that you hide behind Tasiki and Ahna. Boy, if I had a damn, what you call that thing that them judges be having, a gavel, I think. If I could clock that shit so hard right now, Rolly clocked her. Because that's what I said. That's why Tasiki and Ahna are like this. And Tasiki will actually try and break up a fight or have Ahna's back. Because Ahna, granted, some fights she don't want to fight. But Ahna will never let you hit her and not do anything about it. Ahna will fight when it's brought to her. When she has no other choice but to fight, she will. She will never let something that happened to Biggie, like what Jo did to Biggie, she would never let somebody hit her and not do nothing about it. So that's why, and that's the way I feel when it comes to Tasiki. I feel like she will fight or have Ahna's back at the very least, because Ahna will actually fight for herself. I'm not going to defend you if you can't defend yourself. Like, I'm not going to do that. Especially when I know you start a lot of the shit. Like, if you was being bullied and did nothing to deserve it, that's one thing. But Biggie talked too much shit to not be in the field. You talk too much. And people like that, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But Akbar said they going back and forth. Her and Biggie going back and forth. She said you move shaky and you pretty much saying like you a weirdo. And she is. But the new girls come walking in as they're going back and forth. Akbar saying that Biggie ain't got no loyalty. Biggie sitting there talking a bunch of nonsense. She in her confessionals talking about some girl. Who are you? Like, it's weird that you're so bothered by me not defending myself. No, it's the fact of the matter is people can be irritated with the fact that you as a grown woman let people treat you like shit. Like, that's aggravating to watch. I don't blame Akbar. I'd be irritated too. I'd be like, bitch, why the fuck are you here? Like, why are you here? But Natalie starts asking the new girls about their problems. Summer says there was no real problem because there wasn't. Like, she was just being herself and talking, and Ivori decided to make an issue. But Ivori, with this half makeup, I don't know if it's because all them fights she done got into, why her makeup looked like it did, but she had like makeup in like this particular area, but the rest of it was off. I was like, it's either half done makeup or the makeup done fell off of her. But she said because Summer don't shut the fuck up. Granted, Summer don't, but Summer said, I'm not going to shut the fuck up. I said exactly. But they start going back and forth. Lex ends up saying that she feel like people are trying to start an issue to have a problem with Summer, but Summer's entertaining. She is. I completely agree with Lex. Like, people just trying to start an issue with her and they just don't like her. I find her very entertaining too. But Ivori claims that she gonna knock Summer's teeth out and make her shut up by the end of the season. Summer said, bitch, you ain't gonna be here. Ivori said, where am I going? She said, home, back to the trenches, because I'm rich, bitch. I love Summer. But Ahna ends up saying, you rich, but you got a fake Gucci bag. Summer said these hoes is poor as fuck. They going back and forth. Summer gets up, start dancing. Ivori talking about smell check. Can we get somebody to smell this bitch? Summer looks cleaner than you. You have makeup, half makeup, but even with makeup, you don't look that clean. So it's like for you to be talking rich. But Ahna ends up telling Summer to be quiet, which I think is ironic because Ahna don't shut up either. But Summer says, I don't care about that shit you saying. As we all know, she don't. Summer said, bitch, I got in the field with everybody. Ahna, if you feel like you beat me, why you still mad as fuck? Clock it. Clock it. But Ahna said, I'm just tired of you. I'm tired of you talking. She just started going in on her. But Jazmin ends up saying that Summer is a tacky ass bitch. Diamond starts laughing because Summer really don't give a fuck and she admires it. You could tell Diamond was gonna like Summer because the way Diamond acts is very much like the way Summer acts is very much like how Diamond was acting last season. But Yoshi starts talking, I don't care what the fuck she was saying. Summer says shut the fuck up. Like I said exactly. But Jazmin ends up saying that bitch done got her first check and now bitches is poor. Summer said, and they done gave the wrong bitch money on my mama. She said, I'm gonna show you how to do it, ho. Akbar hollered and so did I. Summer is hilarious. That girl is funny. But her and Jazmin, they start going back and forth again. Diamond ends up asking why she got called out to Pretty P. And Pretty P says because you was looking at me stupid. And Diamond said because you look stupid. I was like, exactly. But Diamond said, I'm letting you know once I get started, I don't stop. So I'm just letting you know now. If you want to start it, be ready. But Diamond ends up clocking how P was at home watching her and came on the show wanting some clout. That's literally why she's speaking with her. But Natalie then moves the conversation to Emma and Scotty. Emma says that Scotty don't do enough. She don't, but you look corny as fuck because your whole reasoning for fighting her is corny as fuck. But Scotty ends up saying that she's been there 5 seasons and her trying to check her over her being boring is stupid. She said, why you didn't check Tasiki, who Tasiki was even saying, look, people call me boring, so why you ain't checking me? I said, exactly. She knows better than to check Tasiki. She came for Scotty because she knows that's the easiest win. She know better than to come for Tasiki. But Emma says that she don't think Tasiki's boring. Okay. But she said that's how I personally felt. Scotty said, you don't even know me to be personally feeling some type of way. Exactly. But Emma said, based off of what I saw on TV, that's how I feel. Jela says, like, you sitting here saying it's not personal, but then want to turn around and say, I want to fight you. Like, you sound stupid. She does. But they then move to Lex and Ivori. Lex ends up saying, like, Ivori said that she wasn't on shit. And pretty much Lex said, I don't start shit, but I finish it. You started some shit with Jayla, but for the most part, I'm going to give you that. But Ivori ends up saying that Summer and Lex is ready to crash out at the hotel. Her and Summer started screaming over each other. I don't know what the hell they were saying. But Ivori is now trying to argue with Lex and Summer. And they just going back and forth. Ivori claims that she's going to drag both of them every day, the whole season, yada, yada, yada. We know you trying your best to get fights. But Natalie ends up saying that we're not squashing beefs right now, but we got a booking. Like, welcome to Baddies West, we got a booking. She pretty much goes through the rules. When we outside, we're not fighting each other. We're going to move as a unit, as you should. We're going to move as a unit. She ends up saying, too, there's some house rules. Some will stay in this house. She says some won't. She claims that some of the OGs have elevated to where they can't stay in the house. I'm like, I loved it, though. I love this particular part for one particular reason. Y'all know what I'm itching to get to. She then says some of the OGs will not be here, but there are going to be 3 OG girls that are going to be in here with the new girls to regulate. She says Tinkabellaaa, which I think is good. Diamond, which I think is good. And the last one is who? Biggie. I said. Because now she can't hide. You can't hide behind Tasiki and Ahna. You ain't got them two to fight your battles. Even though Tasiki ain't going to fight your battles. Ahna will. But you ain't got them to fight your battles. And you in a house with a bunch of girls that don't know you from a can of paint. So you start talking some shit. And it's clear these girls is itching for a fight. And some of them itching for a fight. An easy fight, you an easy target. She don't like it, and I love it. Next week, we get Tink pretty much being like a mother. She slaps Summer. Scotty versus Emma. Diamond. I don't know what I wrote Diamond for. But Tasiki and Ahna, they on Biggie. Oh, wait. Diamond, Tasiki, and Ahna was on Biggie. Biggie crying about some shit. Which I'm assuming she's trying to use that as an excuse as to why she's not fighting. But my whole thing is, like somebody said on the live, I think it's because somebody passed away. Which, rest in peace. I'm not trying to be insensitive. But if you're grieving somebody's death, why the fuck are you on this show? Go home. But that's not why you're not fighting. Like, please. We get Jela versus Lex. They're going back and forth, but they haven't fought yet. But Ivori jumps in to fight Lex, and I hope Lex beats her ass. But yeah, that's what we got for episode 4. Please, 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 if you're new here, subscribe. Y'all did a great job last week. I think I got 100 new subscribers. Thumbs up the video. Let's try and get 500 likes on that video. Be in the comments. I'm going to be in there with y'all. Turn the post notifications on. We're going live tomorrow. I'm off until Thursday, so I'm about to have me a good little weekend. A good week. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.